Hey folks, this is Steelcowboy coming to you from Austin, Texas. And tonight is the fourth and final part of the series that I've done on small blenders, big things. In the first three parts, we talked about Yuli's from Milwaukee, Pipeworks and Wilkie from Vermont, and we talked about the two folks up in Massachusetts, Watch City Cigar and Peretti's. Then we went over to the EU and we talked about GQ tobaccos. We talked about Surich tobaccos and finally HU tobaccos. Tonight we jump back over to the US to talk about aromatics, something we haven't talked a lot about in the prior three videos. Excuse me. And so tonight we're going to talk about Boswells pipe and tobacco in Chambersburg, Pennsylvania. Now Boswells is a place that I have visited a number of times in my pipe travels on my motorcycle and when I head up east to visit family. It's a great spot in southern Pennsylvania, and it's one of those tobacco shops that's kind of a destination place. It seems like it's always busy. They make English blends, but their wheelhouse is really aromatics. They're not complex aromatics. They tend to be very straightforward, American-style aromatics, Cavendish, a little Virginia, some a little Burley, but pretty straightforward. What makes them so special and so highly rated is they do them so well. Another thing that Boswells is known for is their inexpensive handmade pipes. A pipe can be had from Boswells made by Dan the son or Jam the father for as little as $139 or $149, which is pretty good these days for a handmade pipe. A quick note before we get into the tobacco. A few years ago I was taking a motorcycle trip to the Arctic Circle, and I wanted a pipe to commemorate the trip. And I sent Boswells a medallion with the Harley-Davidson logo on it, and they stuck it in the front of the pipe for me. So really nice folks. But we're here to talk about tobacco, and so let's get right into it. First and foremost is a tobacco that they produce year-round, but I tend to smoke in the holiday season, and it's called Christmas Cookie. I want to just show that to you right here. And it's darkened up a little bit because it's been in a jar since last Christmas. But it's a very sweet, delicious, aromatic that tastes like its namesake. It tastes like cookies, and very well done. Another aromatic that I really like from them is called No Bite Delight. And that tobacco, and again, this is it right here, is a tobacco that guarantees not to bite, and it doesn't. You can puff away at it and it will not bite you. It tastes a little caramely, a little chocolatey, and it's quite delicious if you're looking for a good straight American style aromatic. They have everything from berry flavor to cupcake flavor and a lot of stuff in between. A couple of honorable mentions I want to just bring up from them is Boswell's Best, which is a vanilla aromatic, and their another personal favorite of mine, their Piper's Pleasure, which is, say that fast 3 times, Piper's Pleasure, and that is coffee, chocolate, and a little bit of vanilla, very smooth. They do, as I mentioned, make some English blends as well, and I think one of their most popular ones, and certainly the most popular one in our house, is a blend called Northwoods, and I'll show it to you right here. And Northwoods is, to me, very reminiscent of a lot of the McClellan English blends. It's what I would call a crossover blend, and I don't mean that with any disparagement. What I mean by it is it's an English blend that might have a little manually added sweetness or a sweet tobacco in it. So what does that mean to me? It means that a blend like Frogmorton on the Town, for example, a very popular blend, A lot of pipe smokers would call it English. A lot of pipe smokers like myself would call it a crossover. Park Lane number 8. Brits Balkan from Four Noggins would be another one. The Mind Meld series from Russ Willett and Mike McNeil, their blend Sweet English also falls into that realm. So Northwoods, it will not bite. It burns very cool. It has a decent amount of latakia. It's got some orientals. Very, very popular with actually with my wife and some friends of ours in the pipe world. So that's Boswells. They're in Chambersburg, PA. If you're going up to Gettysburg to see the battlefield, or if you're a Harley guy like me and you want to go take the tour of the York factory in York, PA, both of those places are in close proximity to Boswells as well. They can be found on their brand new website at boswellpipes.com. That's boswellpipes.com, and they do have a brand new website that makes ordering a lot easier. I want to bring up a note now before I get into the next blender, and I'm really disappointed to say that this video was shot twice. I initially shot this video with a second blender to make a total of 9 blenders in the series. Stephen Books at the House of Calabash in Oregon City, Oregon. He's a very, very unique blender, very, very talented man who's been around the business for decades. And unfortunately, as I do when I do all of these videos, I stopped in at his website and there is a sign there that says that they are not taking orders. So I'm very disappointed about that. Keep an eye out for them. I don't know if this is going to be a short-term or long-term thing, but he has a very unique style of blending. House of Calabash, Stephen Books in Oregon. The second thing I want to bring up in reference to reshooting this video, in the time from when I first shot it to now, by chance, pipesmagazine.com did a piece on Boswell's pipe and tobacco. And it's a very good piece, and if you want to see some photos of the shop, it's a unique place. It's a multi-floor place with a little pipe museum upstairs. Go to pipesmagazine.com and you can get that information from them. Anyway, I am Steelcowboy, and this wraps up the final part in the 4-part series. I do want to remind you that no one has offered me any tobaccos in lieu of recommending these blends. I also want to tell you that there's other places out there, like Kramer's out in Beverly Hills, or Park Lane up in upstate New York. So happy hunting. I found some great stuff, from aromatics to flakes to plugs. I hope you do the same. This is Steelcowboy coming to you from the great state of Texas. Have a good night.